Tom and Huck were ready for their adventure. They hung about the neighborhood of the tavern until 9, one watching the alley at a distance and the other the tavern door. Nobody entered the alley or left it. So they decided to go home. Tom went home and went to bed. He thought Huck was going to come, but he never did. And so Huck retired in a sugar hogshed, about 12. Tuesday, the boys had the same bad luck, and also Wednesday. Thursday night promised better. Tom slipped out in a good season with his old aunt's tin lantern and a large towel to blindfold it with. He hid the lantern in Huck's sugar hogshed, and the watch began. An hour before midnight, the tavern closed up, and its lights were put out. Nobody had entered or left the alley. Tom got his lantern, lit it in the hogshed, wrapped it closely in a towel, and the two adventurers crept in the gloom towards the tavern. Everything got really scary, and they weren't sure exactly what to do. Tom decided to go in the alley to check if anybody was there. It seemed like hours since Tom had disappeared. Thought Huck. Surely he must have fainted. Maybe he was even dead. Maybe his heart had burst under terror and excitement. Huck found himself drawing closer and closer to the alley, fearing all sorts of dreadful things.
It was awful. I tried 2 of the keys just as soft as I could, but they seemed to make such a power of racket that I couldn't hardly get my breath. I was so scared they wouldn't turn the lock either. Well, without noticing what I was doing, I took a hold of the knob, and open comes the door. It was locked. I hopped in and shook off the towel, and Great Caesar's ghost.
What? What'd you see, Tom?
Huck, I most stepped on Injun Joe's hand.
No.
Yes, he was laying there sound asleep on the floor with his old patch on his eye and his arms spread out.
Lordy, what did you do? Did he wake up?
No, never budged. Drunk, I reckon. I just grabbed that towel and started.
I'd never have thought of the towel, I bet.
Well, I would. My aunt would make me mighty sick if I lost it.
Say, Tom, did you see that box?
Huck, I didn't wait to look around. I didn't see the box. I didn't see the cross. I didn't see anything but a bottle and a tin cup on the floor by Injun Joe. Yes, and I saw 2 barrels and lots more bottles in the room. Don't you see now what's the matter with that haunted room?
How?
Why, it's haunted with whiskey. Maybe all the temperance taverns have got a haunted room, hey? Huck?
Well, I reckon maybe that's so. Who'd have thought such thing? But say, Tom, now's a mighty good time to get that box of Injun Joe's drunk.
It is that. You try it.
Well, no, I reckon not.
And I reckon not, Huck. Only 1 bottle alongside of Injun Joe ain't enough. If there'd been 3, he'd be drunk enough and I'd do it. Looky here, Huck. Let's not try that thing any more till we know Injun Joe is not in there. It's too scary now. If we watch every night, we'll be dead sure to keep him go out sometime or other. Then we'll snatch that box quicker than lightning.
Well, I'm agreed. I'll watch the whole night long, and I'll do it every night, too, if you'll do the other part of the job.
All right, I will. All you got to do is to trot up Hooper Street a block and meow. And if I'm asleep, you throw some gravel out the window, and that'll fetch me.
Agreed, and good as we.
Now, Huck, the storm's over, and I'll go home. It'll begin to be daylight in a couple of hours. You go back and watch that long, will you?
I said I would, Tom, and I will. I'll hunt the tavern every night for a year. I'll sleep all day, and I'll stand watch all night.
That's all right. Now, where are you going to sleep?
In Ben Rogers' hayloft. He lets me, and so does Uncle Jake. I tote water for Uncle Jake whenever he wants me to, and anytime I ask him, he gives me a little something to eat if he can spare it. He likes me because I don't ever act as if I was above him. Sometimes I've sat right down and eat with him, but you needn't tell that. A body's got to do things when he's awful hungry, and he wouldn't want to do it as a steady thing.
Well, if I don't want you in the daytime, Huck, I'll let you sleep. I won't come bothering around any time you see something up in the night. Just skip right around and yell. Becky's back! Yay!
Who's ready for the cave? Woo!
Party in the cave.
Ooh, caves.
Who is that?
What? Who is it?
Who is she?
It's Itch and Joe! Run!
I'm gonna kill you.